One of the things we always do at these annual meetings, which I think is really important, is to recognize women and men who have made a contribution that has made a difference in the region. And oftentimes these are people that get overlooked. The first two are bittersweet for me because they are award recipients that we're going to sort of lose the service of because they've moved on or moved out, perhaps. The first is Al Stegemann, who for many years has been the District 2 Director of the Mass Highway Office. He has worked with us on many projects up and down the valley. You can think of the Great River Bridge project in Westfield, perhaps, which was one of the biggest investments until just a few weeks ago when the Route I-91 Viaduct project was advertised, again, on his watch. He's also been a very good and thoughtful MPO member, making decisions. Long ago, talking about bikeways and pedestrian facilities was a real tough conversation with the folks at MassDOT, but I think he's changed that view, and his colleagues there feel the same. The problem is that when I spoke to Al, he sort of left the stage very quickly in the dead of night and didn't tell anybody. But with some help, we tracked him down, and he said he would love to be here tonight, but he's gone into hard retirement. Hard retirement means he's out recreating and he's not even in the state. But we still thought it would be a felony if we didn't recognize him. And thankfully, his colleague, Rich Massey, who's now got the job of trying to fill in very big shoes, generously agreed to be here tonight to accept the award. So, Rich, you'll come up and collect. Thanks very much for doing it. I don't know if you want to say anything. Sure.
All right, on behalf of Al Stegemann, really appreciate this recognition. Al did love implementing solutions to our transportation problems on the construction side, and I know he really appreciated the partnership that we did have with the Planning Commission and our other MPO members, again, working to come up with solutions and then build them through a Highway Division contract. And again, thank you very much on behalf of Al Stegemann.
Second person that's in this Emeritus category is Natalie Blais, who I often thought was an extension of our staff. Both in her prior assignment working with Congressman Olver, I can think of projects like the Canal Walk in Holyoke. Phase 2 is actually underway as we speak, or the Transportation Center, which is this interesting project also in Holyoke downtown. Her orchestrating myself and Dana oftentimes going in for these long meetings where the question we would have going in to talk to them is, should we bring a lunch? I would get calls from her boss, at home. Why is the speed of the train between this mile marker slower than that mile marker? It was incredible. December 29th, 2014 was a really, really special day. First time since 1989, we were able to take the Vermonter and move it back onto the main line. There were lots and lots of people that worked on this. There really was. Congressman Olver, succeeded by Congressman McGovern. But if we didn't recognize that Natalie was one of the absolute champions of that project and helped cut through so much of the minutia and setbacks we have, again, I just count it as a felony. So she's moved on to a new position, still in the region, thankfully, at the university, but we won't have her necessarily as easily accessible, but maybe we'll find some way to get her back. Natalie, you're next.
So as a congressional staffer, we're always behind the scenes, so this is a little weird for me. I just want to thank you. And Tim called to say that I should probably be here at this dinner. I was like, why? But I'm really touched. You know, we're always behind the scenes on these projects, working really hard. But you know, and we don't get to put the shovel in the ground. We don't get to actually cut the ribbon. So this is great, and I just can't thank you enough. And I couldn't have done it without all of you. You know, Congressman John Oliver always said when we were talking, back in the days when we had earmarks and we could do big things, or a stimulus package, that all of these ideas started with people like you in all of the communities, and those were the projects that actually came through to fruition, was because you're on the ground and it's coming from you, and you know what's going to work best in your communities. So thank you for everything that you've done, especially Pioneer Valley Planning Commission, and Tim, Dana, Catherine, you know, all of you guys have been great to work with, so thank you.
Brooks Fitch was a happy find for the Planning Commission when he came here about 7 years ago. And he quickly volunteered to work on our economic development plan with other people that are scattered. I'm looking at David, for example, Woods, on this plan for the region. And he stayed with it all that time, and oftentimes over-volunteered. He is our cheerleader of collaboration. He is a person that has helped us to do this new plan for progress that just came out last month, formally. He's helped us with the rollout. He helps to sharpen our thinking. He wordsmiths what we say. But he's a joy to work with. And again, I'm glad that we won't lose him, but actually keep him. But again, we need to thank him for all he's done over these last 7 years. Brooks, your turn.
Thank you, Tim. I'm truly honored and humbled by this award, but I must truly say once again, thank you. Thank you for the journey. I think we've accomplished a lot. There's a lot to come. 2024 looks very, very good. But there is a joy in the journey. I really, really have enjoyed working with you and your team, the coordinating council, David Woods and others. And I must also say at this point, thank you to my lovely wife, Shelley, for allowing me to pursue my passion with the Plan for Progress. So thank you.